So good morning everyone, and welcome back over to Universal Orlando Resort. We came on over for a couple of reasons today. One, over at Universal Studios they have started their Mardi Gras, a taste of Mardi Gras, their celebration. So they're not doing as much stuff normally like Mardi Gras. They don't have the parade this year. They're not going all out like normally do, but they are still doing some of Mardi Gras, and they have a lot more food booths. So we've actually been here once before, but when we came I did not bring an SD card for the camera, so I forgot that. But I do have some footage of the food we ate, and I'll tell you like how we thought about that. And we decided to come over to Islands first though, because we wanted to check to see if we can try to get on the Hagrid's for a little bit, build up some hunger before going over to Universal Studios, check out Mardi Gras. And also I do want to show you guys the trivia store, because we did go through that, and that trivia store is fantastic this year. So I'm gonna head on into Islands first and have a great day here at Universal. Hopefully get to try to check out all the Mardi Gras stuff over at Universal. Yeah, definitely from last time we came to today, definitely a lot less crazy busy at Islands of Adventure. Especially when you walk through the port of entry, the main walkway into Islands of Adventure. I love this area more than I think people realize. It's a lot really cool stories. You kind of look at everything. Really welcomes you into Islands of Adventure. See, definitely the best view is for the Velocicoasters when you walk in down to the U-Rest area. It's gonna be an amazing sight to first see, because you have the Hulk right here, the Velocicoaster, and then you can see Hogwarts Castle all in the background over there. So, especially when the thing is running, it's gonna look so cool, especially as it goes past the Discovery Center. So we're gonna walk over to Hogsmeade, over to go get a return time for Hagrid's. But as I turned the corner, I saw the Velocicoaster just now running. And if we get to see it run, this will be the first time I've gotten to see it run in person since they started doing all the test runs. So it looks like it's starting to go. There it goes right there. And then it should be getting ready to go. So that means at some point we'll need to walk over to the Jurassic Park area to see it run. See if it comes through. There it comes. Up the hill. I think it's gonna be intense. And then it goes through goes under and goes through the stall into the high-speed turns, helixes right there. And then the best part, there's like that little section. But then it's gonna come around back over the walkway again, and over the bunny hill into the finish. Cool, that looks so stinking fun. So we came up behind Mythos right here because I wanted to come up and get a closer look of the train's testing. So, oh, yep, I can see one going right now. So here in a minute it's about to go through, so we'll get a really good look of it going through the Heartline roll. And we'll get a good view, like get a good idea of how fast it goes through it and how fast it goes over that top hat. So we did get pretty close to the ride, but there was someone over by the normal spot. It looked like they had a radio on, so I didn't want to film any of it just so I didn't get yelled at for filming. I know because it's open, you can see it, but I also don't want to bother it. But it looks amazing on the back end. The front end is supposed to be pretty cool because you go through all that walk work, and then you have the high speed section on the back end. So we're actually gonna head up into Hogsmeade to go get return time for Hagrid's. And then we're going to try to go over to Jurassic Park to see if we can see it from that end. We're walking into Hogsmeade now, which is the original Wizarding World of Harry Potter. It's like the very first Harry Potter land that ever opened. So it's always kind of fun to walk into this area. But I am curious to see what is the wait. So the app was saying Hagrid's is posting a 60-minute wait. We'll see if it still is. Now 60 minutes I would wait for in a heartbeat for this, but because we have the return time system, we'll just have to go up and get a return time and wait for it. I always do love walking through Hogsmeade because it really does feel like the movie. Kind of like how it was described in the books and then how the movie portrayed it. But I still think one of the best reveals you can ever do in a theme park is you walk in this way, and as you will walk on up, go past Ollivanders, go past some of the shops, you can see, turn the corner, and there's the Hogwarts Castle. And of course the music playing in the background makes it even better. So definitely one of the best reveals, honestly. So kind of came over to this side. We originally walked over onto the bridge from Hogsmeade and Jurassic Park, and we waited to see if the ride would go. But we sat there, I sat there for about 10-15 minutes, and Kayla went to go get a frozen butterbeer. But came over here to see if maybe we could see it go by, maybe, because this is a really good spot, because this would be a good spot where I think you start out with this, and there's a couple of these like through the rock sections I really want to see it go through. Well, I was kind of hoping we see it run, but we've been here for a few minutes now and haven't seen it run, and we were standing over by Hagrid's, or by Hogsmeade, and it wasn't running either. So I just think they may be done for right now, or maybe they're switching off trains to get some other trains some ability to run. So think we're gonna go walk around really quick. We've still got a little bit of time before Hagrid's return time. So what's pretty cool is because the Velocicoaster must be getting closer to opening than we think, because now they are selling the annual pass holder shirt for it. So what's cool about this annual pass, look, it's all scratched up. I love it says, "What could go wrong? Jurassic World Velocicoaster." Nothing on the back, but I like it a lot. It's very simple for $25. So they were selling this. They're selling this here in the Beetle and Bailey store, I think it's what's called, and then they are also selling it at a small gift shop next to where the Velocicoaster is. So if you guys are planning on coming to Universal anytime during the first part of the year, so like January, February, March time, just be aware that they do go through, every water ride at Islands of Adventure does go through a small refurbishment every year. So Jurassic Park went through its refurbishment, I think about a month and a half ago when I came. And the last time we came, Popeye and Bluto's Build-A-Ride barges was down for refurbishment. And now Dudley Do-Ride's, the water log, or the log ride, is currently down for its refurbishment. So just be aware that if you come during the first couple of months, that a couple of these rides may be down for their annual refurbishment time. Mostly because of water, they need a little extra time and maintenance on them. So we're over here in Toon Lagoon right now because we're trying to kill some time for our Hagrid's return time. And Kayla needed to go to the bathroom. I was just standing here because I can actually see, because right now here is the What's the Matter With You gift shop, which sells all the Secret Life of Pets stuff. So I could see Jurassic, the Velocicoaster, top hat over here, and I can see they just started running it. So maybe if we walk back over to Jurassic Park River Venture, maybe we'll catch it running at least one point. I would like to see it running at that section, and then over by Hogsmeade, and then maybe from there we'll move over to the other side once we do Hagrid's, because a day does not complete if you don't do Hagrid's at least once. Just the way you get there. There it is. Wow. Here it comes. Alright, so now it's time for us to come up to do Hagrid's Motorbike Adventure. And now it's only posting a 45-minute wait, so, but it's probably, I'm really excited for, I love this ride, it's so much fun. That's why I'm really excited for the Velocicoaster, because it's made by the same group. So luckily no issues this time with riding Hagrid's, no breakdown or anything. It did seem to stop a couple times, but they were able to just kind of restart it right away, so definitely not, luckily it wasn't too bad this time. It was like last time where we ended up getting stuck and waiting for almost 35 minutes. And they wouldn't even give us a return time back from that, or even the express pass to come back, even though we waited. So, but I think now that we've done Hagrid's, seen the Velocicoaster go a couple times, I think we're gonna head over to Universal Studios to go check out all the Mardi Gras stuff now. Alright, so now we have left Islands of Adventure and we're actually gonna head over to Universal Studios to go check out all the Mardi Gras stuff. And we, like I said, we did come last week, but being silly, I did not bring an SD card in the camera, and unfortunately it's too far of a drive to go back home to get it, so we just ended up spending the time. We ate some things, so what I'll actually do is we'll probably talk about what we had the last time and what we thought of them. So now we're walking up to Universal Studios, like I said, so we're gonna come over here and do look at some of the Mardi Gras stuff, maybe get a couple things as well, try them out, and then do a quick walk through the tribute store and just show you guys what they're doing for Mardi Gras this year, since they cannot do the parades due to all the social distancing and the COVID-19 rules that they have to follow. So be interesting, because we did come and we did see how they do things now. It's interesting, but I think it's the safest way and the best way of doing it. Oh yeah, definitely, it's definitely good to be back for Mardi Gras, but they are calling this International Flavors of Carnival because they are not doing the normal Mardi Gras stuff. So a lot of this year is a lot about food. So it's almost like a food festival for Universal, which is unusual because they don't do food festivals at all, but they've definitely expanded on it this year. I think they've got 15 or 16 booths, what me and Caleb figured out. They've got another tasting lanyard, which we actually do have, and instead of doing all the floats for the parade, they actually have all the floats out, and they are still throwing beads, but it's done differently this year. So I'll show you a couple of the floats and everything as we go by them. And so like I said, they are doing the tasting lanyard, which we did end up getting one. And the tasting lanyard Actually, they only had 2 options this year. They had a 10 item for, I think, $45 or $50. And then they have a pass holder exclusive one that is 15 items for about $65 to $70. So we ended up getting that, and we were keeping track of how much we spend, or how much we save by using this over just buying food in itself. So yeah, it was a lot up front, but now we still have 11 items because we had 4 things last time we came. And when we sit down to like eat what we're gonna get now, I'll tell you what the other things we had and how much they cost and what we thought of them. Well, like you said, they do have the floats out, and you see they are throwing beads, but they have spots where they want you to be standing from it. So it is the floats they've used in years past, and I love this float because it looks like a paddle boat almost. But so they are throwing beads out still. So we stopped off at this one, which is the New Orleans section, and we're gonna get the andouille twisted tater, which is $11. And if you want to know which one you can get the stuff at on the actual sign itself, there's a little universal with a little crown, and that will tell you what you can use your tasting lanyard for. So there's the andouille twisted tater for this section, because they also didn't have regular twisted tater. I also got it with a little bit of garlic parmesan on the top as well, so it's gonna be really good. It smells really good, honestly. All right, so I'm gonna try to take a bite of this. Unfortunately, it's like fresh out of it, so it's really hot still, so. It's actually really good. Probably could have been fried just a little bit more, but I'm not that upset about it. Okay, so we've been kind of doing out all the food stuff that we tried on a like out of 10 scale, and so like this was $11, but we were rating. I've actually got a whole list going of all the stations, so we can kind of see what we had, because we want to see if we can get our money's worth out of the tasting lanyard. Because of the fact that it was $70. So like the twisted tater, the andouille with the sausage in it, we rated it 7 out of 10 because I said 8, Kayla said 6, so we just said 7 out of 10. The last time we came, we actually went to 2 locations and we got 4 items. The first one was over by the lagoon. They have New Orleans Battery Park, and we had a shrimp and crawfish boil, and it was $14 for that. But we said that was 7 out of 10 because the crawfish was so-so. If it was just the shrimp, we said it probably would have been 8 or 9 out of 10 because the corn was really good, and the potatoes and the sausage that's with it's really good. Then we went over, they actually have a Germany booth over by King's Cross Station, which is where the Hogwarts Express is. And we actually got all 3, like we got 3 out of the 4 items there. We got the Bavarian pretzel, which had a cheese sauce with it. We had the pork schnitzel slider and the bratwurst. And so the pretzel was $8.50, the slider was $6, and the bratwurst was $9. And this one wasn't as strong as I kind of hoped for. So we said the pretzel was 5 out of 10. It's a theme park pretzel. There's anything special about it. The sauce that was with it was okay. It wasn't the greatest. So that was $8.50. We said 5 out of 10. Then we had the pork slider, which I thought was really good, but Kayla didn't really like. That was $6, but I only said 6 out of 10 because it was okay. Like, it was good, but it wasn't like the best thing I've ever had. And then the bratwurst, Kayla really liked, and it was $9 for that, and we said a 6 out of 10. So it's not awful stuff. I mean, for what they have to offer, it's pretty good. So that's like what we have right now. I think we're probably maybe gonna go over and do the Battery Park again and just get the shrimp and see if it's still just as good. And the shrimp we said was probably 8 or 9 if it was just a shrimp boil. One of the other nice things about Universal this year with the Mardi Gras is they put all the food booths onto the app, so you can actually go through the app and figure out what you want. So like that's what we just did. We ate the twisted tater, and last time we came we only had 4 items, so we're thinking every time we came we're going to use 5 items, so we'll try to come 3 times and eat 5 different things. So we just hearted a couple things, so we're going to try to go find a Belgium spot, Belgium booth, the Canada booth, the France booth, the Italy booth, a couple other booths as well. Probably go do the boil as well again. So But since we're walking over this way, I actually want to stop into the tribute store and show you guys the tribute store. And again, there's another one of the floats out here. And last time we came, there's actually a booth here, but I think they change booths all the time. So you can see they put the actors out here and they actually get to throw them. They throw beads from up there. So it's pretty cool. But we're over here, right where Rip Ride Rocky goes. But they do have the tribute store again. So we'll walk through there because we did come through it last time. But I want to show you guys this time what it looks like. Ooh, I came to the store last time, and the team member actually was showcased telling us that there's a couple of nods, Easter eggs, one of Earl the Squirrel, and then the Book of Recently Deceased for Beetlejuice. So, oh, I love this store. I'm mostly just obsessed because they have like instruments everywhere. This is also the shirt for this year. They do also have a special hat for it as well. I've never seen the hat before. They have a lot of the Let the Good Times Roll. They actually have, this is like a thing you can put on the wall, hang it up. $18 for that. And then if you want to, you can actually get a personalized metal frame like this, or the thing I would like is the Mardi Gras, is the record player. And I think the record player is $30 customized, so that's pretty cool. And then of course, then they have all the light up stuff, more instruments just hanging out, and they do actually have candles as well. Something we came in last time we saw. And then more Mardi Gras stuff. They have posters, bedazzled hats, rubber ducky, if you're interested in rubber duckies, multiple pins, magnets, the lanyards for this year, and socks, which I'm not surprised. So he said in the second room here, so there's 4 total rooms. They actually said there's a nod, there's a Earl the Squirrel. So I'm trying to find him, but he says in the second room. They have voodoo stuff as well. And then if you want to, you can make your own wax skull for $6. See if we can find, oh, I like the party like a pirate stuff. Wait, is that, I think that's it right there. That's a little nod to Earl the Squirrel. So Earl the Squirrel is the squirrel they put up in the tree every year for the Christmas stuff. So it's really cool, actually. I love this store, actually. It's so stinking cool. Then you have this section where you walk in from the second room to room 3 and 4. It's very much very piratey styled, or like themed. This is so cool. This is really cool, actually. I like the theming. I like all the different merchandise they have to offer as well. It's not just like Universal style stuff like over there. It's very cool stuff. Then if you want a wax pirate ship, you can get that in here for another $6. His treasure, her pirate. All sorts of different masks and everything. Then they have cool like Universal Studios glasses that are for Mardi Gras themed. Oh, and they have the King and the Queen. That's supposed to be, I think that's what their theme was supposed to be. It's very pirate-esque. So we also wanted to come in here because he told us there's another Easter egg, but they do have sweet treasures in here. They have like moon pies, they have donuts. The one thing that actually makes me kind of want to throw up a little bit is these pirate skulls that actually move. And then mystery gumbo. It's like different sorts of sauces and everything to go along with it. So we didn't find the Beetlejuice book, but I think what we'll do is we'll come back around again after we finish eating everything. Kayla said she wants to get a cupcake that's in there. First we want to get everything since we have the tasting lanyard so we can save some money and time so we don't have to worry about paying for every little thing we want to try. So pretty much like in years past, they now have all these food booths all over the place. So like we just passed the Puerto Rico one, then we passed Cuba, and then I know up and around the corner from the Salty Sketchers is the Germany booth, where we had like 3 out of the 4 items, because one of the items was like a vegetarian option because it was like a meat supplement, or like not real meat bratwurst. But yeah, it's definitely, it's weird because it's so unique and done differently. So like, so here's the Germany booth. down here. Yeah, see, once again, we're over here at the little bridge going over to the Simpsons land, which, in my opinion, is still not a very good area. But there's the Bahamas booth, and I know there's a couple other booths we're looking for. We're looking for the Canada booth because we want the poutine right now they have to offer. But yeah, it's really interesting. Like, it's kind of cool actually seeing a lot of these booths up around and then really using Mardi Gras like full park wide. Like I said, pretty much they just have booths kind of everywhere most of the time. So I'm gonna try to get a little bit of everything in this bite. So a little bit of the short rib, a little bit of cheese curd, and a little bit of fries and the sauce. Okay, that's really good. Oh yeah. Okay, so finishing that up, eating the rest of it, I think this is our new favorite thing, because now we said 9 out of 10 for the short rib poutine at Canada. So works out really good though. We're actually right next to the Belgium booth, which has waffles. So we're gonna go over and get that now that we've had a couple of savory things. We're gonna go get a couple of sweet things now. Like I said, so here's the Belgium booth, and I think we're gonna get the Belgium lychee waffles. So we got the Belgium lychee waffles, which is just a Belgian waffle with some chocolate sauce, whipped cream, and some strawberries on the top there. So it's actually really good. Alright, so this one's gonna be kind of messy, so I need to get a little bit of everything just so you can get a strawberry on it. Just Alright, so the waffle, I think we've come to a determination, is the best thing we've had. It's the first sweet item we've had, because everything else was made like savory items. But yeah, that was probably a 10 out of 10. The waffle was cooked very perfectly, the chocolate was good on it, the chocolate wasn't too sweet, and then I like the whipped cream on it and everything. So definitely, that's definitely good. And I think it's also worth the price for it, so that's why it makes another reason why I think it was so good. Let's stop off into this one again. So we've actually eaten here. This is where we had the crawfish and the shrimp boil. But now we want to just get the shrimp one and see if it's just as good as we think it would be, because like we said, the crawfish was okay. But like I said, the only difference about the shrimp boil is you just don't get the crawfish with it. So here's the shrimp boil. So this one does not have the crawfish in it, it's just shrimp. And after last time we had the shrimp was very good. And got ourselves a bag of beignets to go with that. Okay, so I'm gonna try a couple of things just really quickly. So we got a little bit of the shrimp right here. I'm already taking off the skin, so. Oh, wow. There's a kick to that one. Wow. A little extra seasoning on this. Just regular red potato. Hot. 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 Like fresh. Fresh. Did you already eat your potato and your sausage? And then piece of sausage. There's a lot of seasoning on there. So. Alright, so get one of these beignets. It's about to be very messy. There's 4 in here. Okay, so that's a good beignet. Okay, so I think we've got a determination. The shrimp boil, for sure, just like we thought, is a 10 out of 10. There's a good kick in that shrimp. Every shrimp I have, there's a good kick of spice, but it wasn't like spicy. And then the sausage was very good with, that also had a little bit of spice, but it was also very just flavorful. And then there was a good roasted potato with that seasoning as well. That seasoning they put on it was really good. Plus there was a corn on the cob. I didn't show that eating that because that's really messy to eat. But whatever seasoning they put on all that, it's just a good amount of spice, but enough flavor that doesn't overpower with spice. And then the beignets were so good with the There's a lot of powdered sugar on them, but they were super fluffy, like cooked to perfection. Oh, that was just good. I think overall, I think we said the shrimp boil 10 out of 10. What do we say for beignets? 8. Yeah. I've had better, but they were still very good. So far today, I've been very, very impressed with all the stuff we've had to try. And I'm also I like this new, like the taste of Mardi Gras stuff, where it's like a bunch of different things and everything to go with it. I mean, everything we've had pretty much today has been very, very good, especially those last couple things with the shrimp boil, the beignets, the Belgian waffle, and the poutine. I mean, that stuff's been really good. That's stuff they've never had here before, so I really like this. I hope next year when Mardi Gras goes back to kind of normal levels, that they keep this as well, like have all the booths and make it a whole park-wide thing, which would be really cool if they did that. And then as you come down to this part of Hollywood, they got more of the floats out, throwing some beads. And then they have the big crocodile or alligator float that they have usually every year. That's usually like the last float. And like I said, then you have the gator float. These are so awesome at night, like when they light up. I just unfortunately can't see that this year, but I still like the fact they are still trying to incorporate. They still are trying to incorporate it a little bit. Last time we came, we had someone out here, they were on the float itself throwing beads, so cool though. Alright, so we are going to go ahead and call it a trip out to Universal Orlando Resort. What a really fun day. We got to see quite a lot of stuff. So first off, went over to Islands, got to see the Velocicoaster finally testing. I finally got to see it in person running. Don't have to rely on other videos and other pictures. I finally got to see it firsthand. Got to also go over Ride Hagrid's as well, which is always a good time. Then we came over here, and man, did we eat a lot of good foods over here today. It was really cool. Got to show you guys how they're doing Mardi Gras this year. Got to walk you guys to the tribute store, which if you have a chance, check that out. It's so cool. And it's really fun. It's unique. I really like how they use that space. And all that, and like I said, just could not say enough about all the food we ate. It was all very delicious. I highly recommend this year's Mardi Gras. I like the new style. Kind of hope they keep it this way even when the parade does come back. So with all that being said, we do head out from a fantastic trip out to Universal Orlando. We'll see y'all next time.